So we'll do interview first and let him go, Noonie, just so you know. So go right to the interview.
What was that?
We're gonna do the
Go to the
interview
interview
first.
first. We're going to start with that.
All
Then we
right.
can go. We don't have to worry about it no more.
And go, what order do you want to do real quick?
Are you doing fuck, marry, kill?
No. I guess we could, but
I'll go last because my last question's good.
okay.
So we'll go Jake, Noonie, me. Okay.
All right.
Ugh. Okay, so welcome to the Penalty Kill. With us this week we have GM of the Rockford Ice Hogs, Pivot. How do you say it? Is it Javiner? How would you want people to say that?
Hey, it's Givener, because essentially Givener is like the Canadian version of getting her done. There was this whole story behind my cousin naming me Pivot at some point, and I was always a high upbeat guy, so they started saying, instead of Pivot always, hyper, just Pivot Givener. So it's a long story, man.
What part of Canada are you from?
Originally from Northern Ontario, I now live in Winnipeg.
Since the Winnipeg Blue Bombers hat you got there.
Winnipeg Blue, yeah. I don't cheer for them, but it's the only thing that can hide my ugly fucking hair right now. So I'm a truck driver, so my haircut. So
are you an ice road trucker?
not yet, no, but I will be. I'll be on that show, man. Watch one day.
All right, so we're gonna start off with some interview questions here. So Jake, take it away.
All right. You guys had a slow start to the season. In your opinion, what went wrong week one for you guys, and how do you improve on that?
First of all, what went wrong? I mean, there's a lot that went wrong. We can look at the, penalty minutes throughout the week have been ridiculous. We had one game alone with 22 penalty minutes, I think, in one game. So when you're giving the other team an entire period of power play time, I mean, you can't expect to walk out of there with a win. And I think even we wound up only losing by one goal. So a couple of the games that I was a part of, I was suspect on a couple of goals. I let in a few bad ones on, trying some build and wasn't quite used to it. So a mistake on my part. But we also suffered a forfeit that I'm not going to get into details about. A little bit bitter about it, but I'm going to keep my mouth shut to not get suspended. Anyhow, I think I've started taking steps in order to fix it. I mean, we had some personality issues on the team that were really hindering what was going on, both in terms of gameplay, games, trying to figure out a game style and what every line wanted to do. When you go 2-7, people hit the panic button. Does his GM know what he's doing? It's his first season as a GM. This guy's an idiot. Some guys, they want to stay the course and let's right the ship. And hey, I know this guy. Make a trade for this guy. So I mean, we jumped on some trades. I mean, I made four moves right off the bat, and I think eventually these probably going to benefit us. I'm hoping a better week this week, anyways.
Yeah, good. All right, Nick, Arnuni.
My question is, are you comfortable with how much cap you have left, with all the lower-end deals you have, and especially on defense? Do you think you could have done a better job with more cap spent?
That question actually came up a few times while talking to some experienced GMs who were actually being, very legitimate and asking intelligent questions. You know what? I could have done a lot of things differently at bidding, but I went in with a plan, and that's what I wanted, to have that much, close to that much. You can speak to my owner, Jay Funds in Chicago. He'll back me up on it. That I basically wanted anywhere between $4 to $6 million, so that if things did go wrong between week 1 to 3, that I had the flexibility to make a big move. Bolstering the defense in terms of picking up F5 Penguin, I think, was a huge deal that I made. That's an instant top 4 defenseman, top 2 defenseman that will be able to jump into my lineup after a week, building in the CHL to get his cards and stuff up. be ready to call him up soon and throw him in a lineup. And that's, I think, just his presence. Having the veteran presidents, presidents, yeah, okay, go Canada. Veteran presence of having guys like Bodapee, MLP, Kamisha, 5 Penguin, Nazi. It's gonna shine through. I think we're active in club. I mean, last night up until midnight, we had 12, 13 guys that were ready and willing to play some club and help get some cards up and stuff like that. So, morale's high. The bodies that came in, such as Mees Knees, he took over a very important spot in our lineup, and he's ready to go, pumped up. He's been playing club with us nonstop. I picked him up. Came from that fiasco in Portland as well, so he feels rescued and is ready to give us his 110%. To answer your question in one shot, basically, yeah, I could have done more, but at the same time, I gave myself the flexibility to do more now, and I think I've addressed a lot of issues.
Okay.
You kind of touched on being a new GM. How have people been towards you? Have they been receptive? Has there been hostility? Are people like trying to take advantage of you and exploit your newer stance as a GM, or have they been pretty amiable?
I had a feeling that question coming, so I prepared for it. Again, I'm not going to name names because I don't want to get in trouble. There have been a few let's call them.
What is that?
The Sharks that are a rookie, they smell the fresh blood, so the guy doesn't know the value of this dude. Well, they don't realize that I have the veteran presidents. Jesus Christ. They don't have the veteran president. They don't see veteran presidents that's on my team in the MLB, and those types of guys that actually let me know, like, hey, this guy's a good guy. Don't get rid of him. Or a couple trades were borderline. I was about to get rid of some guys. My owner's been very good. The management up there in Phil, Hemsky, whatever his game is going to be next week. Those two have helped me out quite a bit. So I've got a lot of veteran guys around me that have been good. Some new GMs have been absolutely phenomenal. Some of the trades have been very easy, very fair-sided. Some of them, they've told me honestly what a guy was like, why they don't want him on the team anymore. Some other guys have just totally tried to screw me out of some deals where you can see the players just kind of turn around or doesn't want to play the season anymore. Or a guy that feels he belongs in the NHL ended up in the AHL and is not happy playing. So, you got to try to weed through those types of GMs, and you manage to see it the more you talk with them, and you kind of see their snakiness. So there's a few guys that I'm staying away from. Some I'm not afraid to.
All right, Jake.
All right. It's early in the season, but I know you've been around LG for a while. Who would you say is you or your team's biggest rival at this point in the season?
Again, I'm not going to go into details, but it's going to be probably the Grand Rapids Griffins. We took a forfeit against them, which we thought was a little bit, what the hell, I'll say. It was a little bit cowardice on their part, and, we feel that anytime we face them, they'll off, and, it was just, they were within the rules of doing it. It was the first week, and we weren't given an opportunity to,
So were they just really strict with enforcing the rules, and you just need like a little more time, and then you could have gotten the game in?
Well, what I was looking at is, I'll give you an example of what I did. Is I came to an agreement. The previous game, this was a 10:30 game, so the 9:30 game, I had an agreement with, I think it was Stalin and his crew, that they had a lag out and we didn't have any ECUs. We were already 2 periods in. We had a period to finish. So I told them, you know what, grab a roster player. I don't care. Let's play this game. It's the first week. If it's the 8th week and you can't find somebody, I'm sorry, but take the forfeit and you're going to deal with it. I'm trying to get my playoff. This is the first week. Pardon my French, but the bullshit of not having any fucking training camp, guys, the season was tough. So, we were lucky we were able to draft enough guys to cover, but at the time, some guys were gone and shit happened anyways. There was a miscommunication between my AGM and myself. I made him the manager on call on the schedule, but I forgot to verbally tell him. So that's the fault on my own. But yeah, you know what? Essentially, it was a strict enforcement of the rule. If I would have been given another 10 minutes, I could have had 2 or 3 roster players in there to cover that spot, and we could have just had a game week 1. You know what I mean? Week 1, play it. Or bring me the suggestion. You know what? Hey, don't forget we can reschedule this week or whatever. You know, I'm tense trying to find a replacement. This guy didn't really give me much of a chance. So, I mean, I've spoken to him since. We've kind of somewhat put it behind us, but I still think that because of that, there's going to be gloves coming off every time we face them. I got my boys. Every line wants to face them right now, so everybody's chomping at the bit, and we get to see them on Monday already. So we're ready to go.
Yeah, my line gets some tonight, so I'll put a couple in the back of the net for you.
Yeah, do that, man. I'll eat a big, huge fucking Caesar salad for you.
Oh! All right, Noonie. Your turn, Noonie.
Where do you think your team stacks up with the competition in the West?
You know what? I said it at the beginning of the year, and it's not because I'm the GM. It's not because, you know, I have to say it, otherwise my team's going to look at it and say, oh, well, we can't even trust our own GM. I'm saying it because I strongly believe in it, that we have a really good group of guys, and I think it's a matter of everybody getting adjusted again. There's a lot of people that have played a lot of club together on this team, and it's different competition when you jump into LG and organized sixes. It's obviously much more competitive than just running your damn club games. So under the leadership of Nazi, Kamish, and F5, which is kind of funny, they're all 3 defensemen. They're pretty much my captaincy, but under their leadership with my AGM exit, we know a lot of people, and between all those characters, we can probably build 2 or 3 teams. So if we don't right the ship this week, we got next week, and if it's not done by then, well, maybe then we start hitting the panic button. But it's early in the season. I think we can definitely compete for a division at some point. If we can just turn this, a solid 6-3 week for us. I mean, we're 8-10, we're right back in the game, and we'll go from here.
It can definitely happen because I've had several times. We were on Manchester. I got traded to Manchester. We were 1-8, and we made the playoffs. So it can happen.
It's a long season.
Last year's Ice Hogs, we had a season where we were 1-9, or a week we went 1-9, and the next week 1-8, and then we went 8-1. It's week to week. Anything can happen. Nothing says we don't go 9-0 this week. Who the hell knows? I made some changes. We'll see what happens. A few changes won't be applied until Penguin is ready and stuff. But until then, I mean, we're going to fight on. There's no reason to give up. It's way too early in the season, and we got a really good lineup that I think has the potential to step it up. So, I look at the depth I picked up too in terms of training camp guys and guys that are ready to go, and there's some pretty good names in there. So I'm not too concerned with it.
Speaking of guys needing to step up, and this will be our last question before we let you go, but $4.75 million for the 7th defense. He had 4 points this week. So how do you first off improve his point total, and then how important is he with his cap number, which isn't super high, but for your team it is? How important is it to get him going for your whole team's season?
The thing with his cap number, I want to address it right away so people don't get on his case the entire season.
Sure.
$4.25 million player. There was a little bit of bidding back and forth between a GM and I and whatever. It was probably, he was bidded up a little bit, but at the same time, I like his presence. I like the way he motivates people. It's like, you call it the party presence or the chat box presence. Everybody jokes about it. It makes a difference when you're sitting there trying to play a game and the guy's really positive and actually has really smart things to say about gameplay and stuff. He's played with some very talented people. He's had chemistry with Griffin in the past, and he's been on that line. Unfortunately, it didn't work out with Bomboy being on. Bomboy being on his line. There was a bit of butting heads on that side in terms of personal stats over what the team needed, and I think honestly that entire line suffered for it. So we making some changes. We got for this week, unfortunately, our AGM's dog literally chewed the fiber optic cable, and he's got no internet. So I've got an ECU Super Tom for. I got to call up. we're going to call up Super Tom for the week. Super Tom spent time with Chicago this year. Spent time with them last year into the playoffs. It's a guy that we absolutely loved in Rockford until we lost him to the NHL, but he's going to step in, do his thing, and he'll replace Ballboy on that line, and they're going to be thrown to the Wolves right tonight against the Devils, as well as the looks like to be the top line for the Monsters. So we'll see what my boys do tonight, and yeah, we can only sit back and hope that we turn it around. Otherwise, we got guys in the training camp. Like I said, the depth in our training camp is absolutely ridiculous in the forward position. There's a lot of veterans that can be called up, and just to name a couple, we have Dre Bob, Kelly 23, Loophole 19, not the owner, don't be confused, but Glitch Goaling.
I was like,
Grebinator, these are all guys that are sitting on our training camp right now. That Johnny Cash, I mean, they've all got talent. Dan Hutton, so they're all sitting there waiting. And some of these guys are going to want an opportunity now, not tomorrow. So that's it. That's all I've got. Training camp pushing the lineup. The lineup knows that if it's not fitting, they're gone. If I can't figure out a trade, then they're going to go for free and on waivers. I got to do what's best for the team, and friends are friends, and that's fine. But I know it's only internet hockey, but it's still a business. So
yeah,
friendship's great. I'm not here to coddle feelings. I'm here to make a successful team. So build a successful team. So we'll see what happens.
Nah, it's just like AHL Insider. It's very serious business. Thanks a lot for coming on, giving us all this info, and good luck this week. Hope you rebound, and hope you are going to be a contender throughout the season, so we can keep talking about you.
Yeah, no, for sure, man. I really appreciate what you guys do for the show too, man. It's nice to, like I said in a message to you, it's nice to come home and have something to laugh at. And, get news from around the league. It helps a GM like me who's brand new to get some info and shit. And you guys have some funny shit here, so it's good stuff, man. I appreciate what you do. Thanks for having me.
All right. Thanks a lot, man. See you later.
Yeah, take care, guys.
Have a good one.
Man.
All right, thanks, Pivot.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Have a good one, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, you too, buddy. Jesus Christ. So this one time. All right. So all right.
Oh man.
All right, so should we do the first part first?
We gotta streamline the rest of the show.
Well, I mean,
Whatever. I
How long was
don't
that?
care how long it is.
I kind of do. I don't want it to be 2 hours long. Well, how about all these trades? Can we streamline these trades?
Yeah, I'll cut out some shitty ones.
Okay. Get wrecked is 5 seconds long. Contenders, pretenders.
Should probably just do one line or something.
What?
No, shut up.
All right.
He's mad at me. He doesn't want to do 3 lines.
It's too much, but we shrink it down to 2?
Whatever. Let's just do it how it is. But we'll just
All right.
just do when we're doing the line. You'll say your left wing, then I'll say my left wing, then Nick will say his left wing.
All right.
Oh, all right, Jake. All right, take it easy.
No, fuck you.
Well, okay, hold on. These the Wednesday game sucks. So get rid of those.
Just leave them how they are. That'll be fine.
No, they suck. I don't want to talk about them.
Okay, then let's do games of the week, where we pick 2 games each. Instead of games of the night.
Why? Okay, hold on. Do these games take place during the week?
Yes, but they're games of the week. That would be games of the night if you do it every night.
I'm not. I took off Wednesday, didn't I, dick boy?
Then just take away another day.
I'm looking at it right now to see if I got to cut any out. I'm looking at my hair. How about... I like that one. I like that one. Bridgeport can go. Yeah, I like that one. Like that one.
Just cut it down to 6
Sure.
total.
I'm trying to, dick boy. St. John's and Toronto's got to stay. WBS and Hershey could go.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Charlotte, Norfolk's
That's
good.
6. That's 6. Just leave it.
That's okay. All right. So I got to do my tight AHL insider.
Nick, you want to do the suspensions and removals? Is that fine?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay.
All right, I got a really long one. I'm trying to think out of how long it's going to take. Tight AHL insider. We have Pivot, the Rockford GM. Plus we have the line. That's what I'm going to say. Plus we have the line and the contenders and pretenders. That's a lot of shit. Yeah, I can do it. This is Jake's favorite part of this whole thing.
What?
I have to mute all your microphones so I can fucking record the little Tonight AHL Insider thing, which I always fuck up, and Jake laughs at me. All right. Tonight at AHL Center, we have Pivot, the Rockford GM, plus we have our first issue of the line, and contenders and pretenders. That wasn't too bad.
No.
Oh, okay. No.
You didn't mess it up.
Noonie, you ready?
Yeah.
So your first time up in the big leagues, Nooner. This ain't no fucking banana show.
Banana League show.
Banana Show League. Alright, ready, guys?
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey guys, Funsley here. Welcome back to AHL Insider, week 1 of the season 20 AHL season. I, of course, am Funsley here with my regular partner, I Love ND.
How's it going, guys?
He's shaved, by the way, so we're all good.
Yeah, unfortunately.
What do you mean? Wait, did you have to shave or something?
No, I was getting a haircut, and the lady doing my
You
hair...
fell asleep and you just kept going?
No, the lady doing my hair was like, can I take a little bit off? I was like, I guess so. Just do a little bit, though. And then she gets done shaving, and there was, like, nothing left. I was like, oh, fuck it, I'm just shaving it all off. I look like a homo.
Oh, you should have
I
left
was
it.
pissed, though.
I love homo. I mean, I don't. All right. Speaking of homos, we have our Noonie here. It's a
Oh,
Voracek.
come on.
Well, okay. Well, actually, your webcam's looking better. You're not so.
Matrixy.
Yeah. So how's it going, Noonie?
All right, pretty good.
I shouldn't make fun of him since he's my GM, but I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, you're getting waved.
So, Noonie is, of course, the GM of the Hartford Wolfpack. Is this the first team you've ever been on the show?
AGM.
Whatever.
Sooner will get mad at me.
Is this the first time you've been on the show?
It is, yeah.
Oh, wow. That's unbelievable. Very good. All right, so let's get started with some news here. It's friggin' week 2 starts in like 5 hours, but already got some suspensions and removals. So what's going on with that, Nooner?
Well, first of all, there was the whole Providence debacle. That was Hono, Grenier, QC, and Topless. They initially got a 1-week suspension, I believe, but it turned out they got fired because of them not managing their team. They bought out 2 players, and they were about $3.5 million over the cap, and they played the whole week like that. So they got fired. They're done.
Yeah, that's kind of a shitty situation for everybody on Providence. Because, I mean, well, first of all, somebody on that team should have realized they're over cap and fixed that, but they didn't. So all 9 of their games got overturned. So they started off the season 0-9.
How did they get over cap?
They bought out 2 players, so they lose, like, I believe it's half of their cap.
Yeah, instead of
Half of each player's cap gets put onto the GM. So the GM had $2 million of cap to his name.
So it's like
instead of waiving
them, which they could have done, they bought them out. They bought out their contract.
Which was dumb.
Was this just a dumb mistake, or they try to like skirt the system and try to get around the rules?
It was a dumb mistake, and if you were in the management office, you'd be able to see that they were notified a couple times. So they just, I guess, ignored Titus.
Well, they probably were not notified in French, and that's not fair. So I'm gonna have to blame them for that. What else?
Speaking of Titus, it was pretty funny. I gotta say, he handled the situation well, but Hono called him out in the chat box. But Titus just threw the rule book at him and completely shut the kid up, which was good to see.
Hey, what else going on, Nooney?
Then in Lake Erie, their management got a 1-game suspension, which was appealed to a 2-minute penalty for they had a couple players that played 4 games this week.
Skaters?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think there was a forfeit win. I think there was a forfeit win, and they were scheduled for that, so they were technically scheduled for 4 games.
Oh. Well, do they have a training camp? Did they have any training camp at that point?
I think so. It was like Wednesday or something when that happened.
Well, the thing on that is, if they don't take the schedule game for that forfeit, then another line loses a game for the week. So that's why they're suspended. Or 2-minute penalty or whatever.
Then there was Evil Destiny 64 in Portland. He got fired by his owner.
Ah. Why so soon? Frickin' A. What is this, the Oakland Raiders?
There had to be a valid reason, because they don't just let you fire somebody for having a bad week. Must have done something wrong, but it wasn't made public, so who knows?
Nothing in the GM forums, though you probably can't talk about it anyway. Shit, fucking shows.
Not that I know of, anyway.
Right now. It's like Ozzy's gonna walk in, gonna lock the door. Hold on. All right. So we had some trades week 1. We had like 38, but Jake's gonna tell us about the good ones, because some of them were good.
Yeah, there were a lot of trades this week. A lot of because there were the random assignments because of the CHL bidding and all that. So there were a lot of training camp trades and all that. But I'm just gonna go over a couple of the more impactful trades on the teams. First of all, we got Augie 32 and Bananas being traded from Manchester to Portland for Maverick. It's Maverick's 2nd time being traded. He did get traded again that week from Manchester. He got traded with Patan and Great Bakken. I don't even know the guy's name. It's a terrible gamer tag.
Great Buchen, yeah.
Something terrible.
Yeah.
Got traded to Hamilton for Hanzus, F5 Penguin, and Nylander.
And then we talked last week about Maverick's huge cap number.
Yeah, he's like 5.5, I think, and he's been on 4 different teams already. So.
Well, he's gonna break Funsley's record. Funsley's record's 5. He's already gonna break it.
Yeah. Nooney and Smitter made a trade. We picked up Ozzy from Texas for CMC Hoffa and iCheap, who's a training camp forward from our team.
The fuck's going on, Nooney?
Had to mix it up.
Yeah. And then Iowa traded Spads, who made it publicly known that he requested a trade.
Fucking sorry, Spads. Come on. Jesus.
Yeah. Spads and Tony Ferrelli, who was one of the guys that went to Vancouver with that NHL meeting with the guys. He got traded to Bridgeport for touchdown Detroit Lions and Jesus Stick. And I'm pretty sure Jesus Stick was their number 1 center, so I'm going to be looking to replace them with Spads, even though he doesn't play center.
Hold on a second. Hold on, stop. Nooney, say something.
What? About Spads?
Just fucking say anything.
He just did.
That was a good
Because
trade.
it lagged out. I'm trying to figure out because it was really lagging. I'm trying to figure out if it was you or me. So I want Noonie to say something so I can say if it's on my end or your end.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well.
Can
That's
you
a
tell
good
me
trade
about?
for Bridgeport, though. Spaz and Tony Farrelly.
So,
I think they won
Jake,
that
I'm gonna
trade.
have you. Shut up, Jake. I'm gonna have you read it over again.
Which one, Spads?
Yeah, the Spads. Just do the Spads and Tony Farrelly trade over again. Okay.
Okay. Alright, so the next trade we have is Spads, who made it publicly known that he requested a trade. So that's that. Him and Tony Farrelly,
Stupid
who
Spads.
was one of the guys that got sent to Vancouver to talk with NHL developers and all that. So he was pretty well known. Got traded from Iowa to Bridgeport for touchdown Detroit Lions and Jesus Stick. Pretty sure Jesus Stick is
Touchdown,
pretty sure Jesus Stick was Bridgeport's #1 center, I think he was, but he was a first liner, so they'll be looking to replace him with Spads.
Is that the most blasphemous gamer tag ever? Jesus Stick? Because is that in reference like to the cross? I don't know. I think he's going to hell. Anyway, what else?
I don't even know what it means. And lastly, this was another trade guy that's been on. I think this will be his 3rd team or maybe 4th team, but he's a pretty good player. Hanzus and I clear trades are like this gamer tag. It's like Chocked Cho Juice, who's a training camper. Got traded.
That is a good one. How is that Microsoft? How is that one? How does that one get through? Do you know what a chode is? Chode.
Apparently not.
Jesus Christ. If you had a gamer tag, Dick
It goes
Juice,
through the
wouldn't go.
filters.
Oh,
Yeah.
I tried. Dick Juice does not work.
But they both got traded for Sharp Nyko from Portland. So Manchester made a couple moves this week, picked up some defense, moved around. I don't know. We'll see.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Let's do Get Wrecked. So in Get Wrecked this week, we had Sunday, Lake Erie, wrecked Grand Rapids. What do we call them? The Grand Rappers, we used to call them? 8-1. Worcester wrecked the aforementioned making all kinds of moves Manchester Monarchs 7-0. Then Monday, what's CHR? Is that Chicago?
Charlotte.
Oh, it's Charlotte. I always do Car, but all right. So Charlotte, who is one of the top power teams in the league right now, 11-0 to OKC. Rochester 12-3 over Adirondack, also on Monday. On Tuesday, Worcester came back again and 10-1 against Portland, so they're on here twice. Wednesday, the Toronto Marlies, OKC got wrecked again, 7-0 this time. So, they're slightly improving, I guess. And then also the Bridgeport Sound Tigers, 6-0 over Manchester again. And Thursday there were none. So you had two teams, one team be on here twice, two teams on the losing end twice of this. This might just be like first week trying to figure out everything, and some teams just struggling because of either not enough training camps or whatever. But Jesus Christ, those are some big numbers, especially
10 and 11
Charlotte.
goals.
Yeah, that's bad. Something's got to change. Noonie, have you ever lost a game 10-0?
No, I have not. I don't even know my worst loss.
The worst loss I ever.
Around, so.
Worst loss I ever. I don't think it was like big score of that game. Remember when we played Rochester, and we were on Manchester, and we had about 45 penalty minutes that game.
I was in that game.
Yeah, that was fucking terrible. I think all three of us were in that game.
I don't know what the score was, but it wasn't 10-0.
I don't know either.
Yeah.
It might have been
But it felt
6-0.
bad.
Yeah, it was probably like 6 or 7-0, but we had like 75 penalty minutes or something.
But I mean, honestly, like, there's a game this week, 1-0, that we lost. It felt way worse. It felt like I just got shot in the freaking stomach with a shotgun. It was terrible.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No more of that.
So yeah, it's let's yeah. All right, so next up we have an interview with, I don't know how you freaking say this guy's gamer tag. Dave Pivot Giviner, whatever.
Governor.
He's the Rockford Ice Hogs GM. He's a big fan of the show, which is easy way to get on. But if you want to get interviewed, just let us know, and we'd be happy to have you as long as you're not a tool. So here comes the interview with a not tool. Okay, so with contenders, pretenders, do you want to do all the contenders first and all the pretenders second?
That works.
Do you want to do our individual ones?
That's fine. The first way you said it. Well, that's our contenders and all is the pretenders.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So. All right. Welcome back. Got a new segment here, but it's appropriate for the beginning of the season, and we're not doing power rankings yet because the hell's the sense of power ranking a team after 9 games. But instead of power rankings, we have contenders, pretenders. We each gave 3 teams each that we think are going to be, solid contenders throughout the year for the Cup, and 3 teams that may look all right now, but won't last in our opinions. And of course, it is young. The season is young, so don't look at this in 2 months and go, "Hey, Tom!" We're throwing darts, but we have something to back it up. I'll go first here. We're doing our contenders first. So my 3 contenders, I'm going really, going for the, really in-depth stuff. I'm gonna have to pick Syracuse. They did go 9-0 and scored 800 goals. But I don't go down a limb there, but I think Syracuse is definitely a contender for real. Going with Utica. I like Utica so far, and I like Toronto. And I know they're both from the same conference, same division, but I think they're both going to be there in the end. I like the way that their results have gone so far this year, not just the wins, but how they're winning. And something about them I think is going to lead to some long-term success, which I know Jake's going to disagree with later on because he's a jerk.
All right, my contenders, first of all, I have the Hartford Wolfpack, which is our team, obviously. Right now, I just think we had a pretty good week 1, but we're dominating some of the most important categories. Our time on attack differential is something like almost 40 minutes already through 9 games. We average almost 10 minutes a game time on attack, and our shot differential is number 1 in the league right now. So that's all a good sign for the start of the season. Coming up next, I have Lake Erie because they have phenomenal defense and goaltending so far. I think they've given up less, I think 21 or 20 goals they've given up this season. If you keep that up, there's no way you're not going to win a lot of games. And lastly, I have Charlotte. I said last week that I didn't think this team was going to be that good, but they proved me wrong. They have 2-3 lines that can win games, and they started off this season really hot, so things are looking up for that team right now for sure.
Yeah, so you're a flip-flopper. All right, Noonie, your turn.
All right.
Wait, real quick, Noonie, how do you feel about Jake picking Hartford to be a contender?
He's entitled to his own opinion.
Do you think your team's a contender?
I think so.
I think you're just being a homer.
Well, we're all on the same team here.
I think we suck, but all right, go ahead.
All right. Contender is one of them is Hershey. I think they have definitely 2 really good lines, 4 lines.
What?
And
Forward lines.
Oh, I think you said 4 lines.
I said they have 2 really good forward lines. And I'd say they're up there in their division for sure. Syracuse went 9-0 in the first week, and
yeah,
they're a pretty good team. And I also think Toronto, they have they have a good team over there in Toronto. They're probably the best team in the West.
So just for the record, me and Noonie had 2 of the same teams, Toronto and Syracuse. Meanwhile, Jake's just going total fuckboy over there. Yeah. All right, so now time for my pretenders. Jake, and I swear we didn't plan this out. I wrote mine. I don't know, but I have Lake Erie as a pretender, mostly because they lose close games. Most of their wins so far, they're like by 2 or 3 goals or more, but they're losing close games. So I don't know. I mean, they might make the playoffs and they might win a series, but this is for title pretenders or contenders. I think they're a pretender right now. They have to prove to me that they can win close games against better competition. Of course, the West is going to be great all year, but you know what I mean. Then I got St. John's for their goal differential. They got a lot of points this week, but they're actually minus in the goal differential. They've allowed more goals than they've scored, which is concerning to me at this point. I mean, it is so early, but that's my reasoning for that. And then I got Charlotte on there, but I'm going to change that because I'm just going to put Hartford on there now just to kind of counteract Jake's he gave us. Hartford sucks. Crisp and Funsley are both friggin' scrubs. Jake can't score the puck. We're terrible. We're bad. Our AGM's an idiot. No organization. We don't play club. It's a train wreck. It's all downhill from here. All right, Jake.
I don't even know how to follow that up, but number one, I got Utica from Main Pretender. They had a good week one, but I was looking further into their stats. Their GM, Chalky Knight, took 5 games this week, and his stats were nothing special. He's an average goalie, but I don't really see him being able to win teams games. Their backup, however, Billy Smith, only got 4 games, but he has phenomenal numbers. So we'll see if Chalky is able to take a backup role as GM. If he doesn't,
I know for a fact that he will, but
yeah, hopefully.
I know.
Secondly, I have Springfield. This team is pretty good, but I think they're top heavy. Martin and who's Angry Nachos are both on one line. That's a really good first line, but after that, I don't see much there. And their defense is weak, in my opinion, outside of Booger Snap. Then lastly, I have WBS. This is the same situation where you have a management person, Bernier, their AGM, took 6 games this week and had subpar numbers. Their backup had average numbers, but I don't really see either of these teams being able to, or either of these goalies being able to carry a team to a win, which I think you kind of need in this game to have a goalie that can steal your game here and there.
All right, and now Noonie, who are your pretenders?
My pretenders are St. John's.
Yes.
Now, St. John's is probably the best team in their division.
Yeah,
but
they do not suck.
That's not saying much because that division is garbage. WBS is in a similar situation. They had a decent week. I mean, they went 5-3-1, but they are probably the 4th best team in that division. So I don't see them making the playoffs because in our division there's going to be 3 teams making it.
If not 4.
I mean, we could say the East. Basically, the entire East is pretenders at this point. But yeah.
And Charlotte, I'd say, are pretenders. I believe some of the players are still there from last season, and they didn't make the playoffs. And I don't see them.
Would you
being
say
a top team.
Jake, who did you say was top heavy?
I said it's Springfield.
Noonie, do you think Charlotte is also top heavy? Because I do. I mean, their one line was friggin' amazing this week, but that's one line. That's a third of their games. So.
Right. They have a lot of goals scored. I think they actually lead the league in goals scored. Oh no, they don't. Mm-hmm. They're second. But I don't think.
Yeah,
they're pretenders.
Listen, we'll see. Hopefully, I mean, what's going to happen is now Charlotte's going to watch this, and then we just shit all over them. They're going to get all mad and start winning. I don't know. Who knows? But that's what we're saying right now. Also, can we predict that the aforementioned in the news, Providence Bruins, are they going to be the worst team in the league this year? Are they going to be just cellar dwellers all year, or is it going to be like the Barons?
I hope not.
Yeah.
I don't see it, actually. I think the people that took over management after the 2 Hono and Topless left are definitely better players.
Who is it?
Bolts, who's I prefer not, and some Fat Geezer. So they've both been around the league for a long time. Hopefully they can read a rule book. If they can do that, that's an advantage right away.
The rule book was in English. This is not fair.
I don't buy the excuse. The kid was typing perfect English in the chat box that whole night.
Maybe he's using Google Translate. You ever heard of it, stupid?
Yeah, it's not perfect.
You use it when you maybe say French stuff, jerk. Right. But this is AHL Insider. We don't just talk about good things. We talk about terrible teams, too. But let's focus back to good now. Let's do the line. Talk about the best players of... All right, so this week, you don't just get one line. Fuck that. You don't get 2. That's freaking even worse. for some reason. Let's do 3 lines. 3 lines. It's like freaking. It's like Don West or Billy Mays. We're not just gonna give you one. If you freaking watch the show now, we'll give you one, and then we'll give you another one too. Fuck it. So you're getting 3 cans of Flex Spray here. So let's start with the East because it sucks. At center. Do you guys want to do all of ours, and then, or do you want to do position by position?
Go position by position.
All right. So at center we got tons of fun from Syracuse, 15 points this week, which is pretty damn good. 10 goals on 17 shots, so he's got a little bit of sniperness to him. Centers, other center we got LGC Yakel Rocks. Awesome. Fuck, terrible. Springfield. He went 3-0 this week with 7 goals and a 60% face-off percentage. Not bad. And then Tatsuki Dikyo from Syracuse, also 6 goals, 7 assists, plus 12. That's huge. And he also went 3-0. Of course, everyone in Syracuse had a great week. All right, Jake.
All right, right wing for the East. First of all, we got Pitt X Malkin from Worcester. He had 15 points, and he had 9 goals and 18 shots. So shooting 50%, you can keep that up. That's pretty damn good. Secondly, from Syracuse, surprise, we have Spruce Moose. He's 3-0, 13 points plus 12. Pretty damn good week. And lastly, we have King Cobra 19 from Hershey. He had 8 goals, 5 assists, and he's plus 13. He was also 3-0.
All right, Nooner.
All right, left wings in the East. Drake 0807 from Syracuse, 13 points with 6 goals.
Good math, Ryan.
Yeah, that was terrible math.
You put
I didn't add them up. All right, fine. So he had, look, one of those is right. He had a lot of points and goals and assists. All right. 16 points and 6 goals and 28 assists.
CT66 from Lehigh Valley, 15 points, went 2-1, had 9 assists, and his team record, he actually had all of his team's wins. Their team went 2-6-1, so he was involved in all their wins.
Team sucks, but he's great.
And then there's Martin Scorsese from Springfield, 7 goals, 5 assists. He went 2-1. I put him in there because since he had the most points last season, he's a player to watch.
Yeah, so this is like the Pro Bowl where you get him for last year, not this year. I don't know about this Noonie guy. All right, switching to gear to defense. Drop D crap. Springfield, 10 points at defense, 14 hits, and went 3-0. This guy named Smitter from Hartford, he went 2-1 with 7 assists this week. And then 8194 from Syracuse had 6 assists. He was plus 8. Pretty nice. And he was 3-0. How about some more defense there, Jake? I know that guy. I know that one guy right there.
We got your D partner, Crispy, from Hartford, obviously. He had 5 points, 2-0-1, 11 hits. He was plus 3, and he also when he was on the ice, when he was in the game, his team only allowed 3 goals, which is pretty damn good.
Yeah. Yeah, we only like 4 shots all week too, but that was mostly me. But we're not talking about that.
Next up, we got Afro Cuban from Worcester. He was 3-0. 3-0. He had 4 points. He has plus 14, which is pretty damn impressive when you're on Worcester.
Jesus Christ.
Lastly, we got Volpes. I think it's Norfolk. He had 1 goal, 4 assists. He was plus 6, and he's 3-0. So we have 2 Funsley XD partners on the line.
Yeah. They were both made by me. And real quick, just about that Afro-Cuban, great gamer tag, but also the plus 14. He must have played in that OKC game. That's 7 right there. Jesus. All right, so Noonie, why don't you do some goals for the East there?
All right, there's Sack 99 from Hershey. He went 4-0-0 with an 87.2% save percentage and 1.5 goals against average and 2 shutouts.
I got a feeling he's going to get more than 4 games next week, but that's just
me. You didn't think so?
And we got Dodger Brony. He's on our team, Hartford. He went 3-1, 81.1% save percentage and a 1.76 goals against average and 1 shutout. And
hey, hold on. Stop. Hold on. Stop.
All right.
Reread Jabroni because it's being laggy and it must be May, but we're almost done, so don't worry about it. Just read Jabroni again, okay?
All right. We got Jabroni. He's from Hartford, our team. He went 3-1.
Ooh.
What?
Just ignore him.
It's Hartford. Just ignore me. I'm dumb and stupid.
Oh. He had an 81.1% save percentage, 1.76 goals against average, and 1 shutout.
Yeah,
And then there's Joe K5 from
this
St.
fucking
John's.
guy.
He went 5-0 with a 81% save percentage, 1.98 goals against average, and 1 shutout. He actually shut us out in that overtime game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is what happened.
Us.
So what happened was we last week on the show said he sucks. He watched the show before we aired it, got pissed off, made us look like shit. So I gotta just say real quick, Joe. Sorry, I said you suck. You played a really great game. That we played a 0-0 regulation game that ended at the last 5 minutes of the second overtime period. It was a great game, and he made a couple great saves. So I gotta commend him for that. Good job.
He robbed me like 4 times. I was getting rattled.
Well, you can't bury the puck, Jake. That's why Hartford's going nowhere.
Yeah, true.
All right, moving on. So we got the Western Conference. Jesus, I mean, all these guys are better than the East. In the West Centers, we got Wadden 32 from that Charlotte line, who this week, plus 14 and 16 points. I want to see these guys play just so I can see, not to, I don't want to, again, make anybody mad, but you got a line that's playing that great. Is it all 3? Is it 2 guys? Who's doing the heavy lifting here? I kind of
scrub hunting.
This week. Yeah, I want to see him. Steve Otto 9 from Lake Erie, Michigan, Lake Erie Monsters. 2-1, 14 points, 9 goals. Then we got Dirty Water, speaking of Lake Erie. Dirty Water from Toronto, 7 goals, 5 assists, and he also went 3-0. We don't have any face-off percentages for those guys. Where'd you get face-off percentage, by the way, Noonie? Where'd you get that?
It tracks it.
It's on the stats page.
It's the very last stat.
Maybe I didn't see it because I was on mini page. All right, Jake. Right wings.
All right, right wings. We got. I think this is the right wing for that Charlotte line.
Well, they got 2 left wings on that line. I don't know who plays right, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, he's a wing for that Charlotte line. He leads the league right now, 17 points. He had 7 goals, 10 assists, and right now he's the only player in both the top 10 for goals and assists. That's pretty impressive start to the season. Next we got Victimized from Toronto. He had 3-0. He had 13 points. He was plus 7, and he had 3 goals or 3 power play goals. It's a pretty good start. 13 points and 3-0 is a good way to start the season. Next up, also from Toronto, we have Visionary 94. He had 10 points this week. He was 3-0, plus 8. He had 6 goals and 4 assists.
Jake, you're just in love with Toronto. You're a homer. All right, Noonie.
Love it.
The left wings in the West. We got Martin McFly. I believe he's the left wing on that Charlotte line that you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
He had 11 goals on 25 shots. Looks like he's the goal scorer on that line.
Yeah, he's a chucker.
Gimme a Brewski on Rochester. He went 2-1 with 12 points and 8 assists. And also El Flande Man on Grand Rapids with 7 goals, 5 assists on only 13 shots. A little over 50% shooter percentage. It's pretty good.
Yeah, he's really good. He's awesome. He's the best ever. All right. Defense. Ace is cracked from Rockford. He had 10 points, 3 goals, 7 A's, and he was plus 11. So he had 10 points, but 3 of those were goals. I think that's the leading for defenseman right now, 3 goals. GTO LS1 421 8958113 from Toronto, 3-0 this week, 6 assists, and he's plus 8. J-Rod is a chode. I mean, J-Rod is awesome from Hamilton, 5 A's. He was plus 6, 12 hits, and he was 3-0 this week. So good job from Spamilton getting some love here. It's not just the friggin' Toronto and Rockford show. All right, Jake. Whatever. Just read the damn shit.
Excuse me.
Yeah, that's right. Choke.
Your bullshit.
Eat it.
Next up, we got Ghost of Azrael, who we brought up last week. He's on Utica. He had 20 hits.
Like 8 years or something.
He had 20 hits this week. 8 points, 3-0, +5. We got Bruins from Charlotte, also 3-0. He had 3 points and he was +12. It's a pretty big plus-minus. So I assume he played in a lopsided game. And then lastly, we have Macro 73.
Stop. It's lagging again. Just do Bruins again, too, because I could hear the rest, but I couldn't hear his name, so he's going to get pissed off.
All right,
Hold
let me hit.
on.
Oh, my God.
Wait, hold on. I'm going to try to see if I can make this faster. Let me close Facebook. Anything else run on here? Oh, that'll do it. I got Syncer on.
Hey, fuck boy.
All right, go ahead.
All right, let me.
And the other guy.
God, stop talking. Okay, then we have Bruins from Charlotte. He also went 3-0 this week. He only had 3 points, but he was +12. We have, following that up, we have also from Charlotte, we have Macro 73. He had 1 goal, 4 assists, and he was +9, and he also went 3-0 for his team this week.
I mean, all right. But I want to see how their defense plays, too. I mean, it's pretty easy when you get, 38 goals from your super forwards, but we'll see. All right, Aaron Nooney.
All right, and goalies in the West. We got Rapitus 34 from Hamilton. He went 5-1 with a 85.1% save percentage and a 1.76 goals against average with 1 shutout. We got Billy Smith from Utica. He went 3-1 with a 91.8% save percentage and a 1.5 goals against average with 1 shutout.
91.8 is ridiculous numbers.
He should probably be the starter there. I don't know why he only played 4 games.
Yeah.
And
all right, both of you relax. You're trying to cause trouble, Utica. Lock it up. Both of you.
And you got Mags Behawk. Went 4-1 with a 82.5% save percentage and a 2.4 goals against average with 1 shutout.
Very good. Good job, Nooney.
Thanks.
Nooney, how do you think you've done so far? Would you put yourself on the line for AHL Insider panelist?
Yeah, why not?
Well, you're not, so don't go there. All right, so games of the week this week. They're kind of spread out. There are a couple, good ones, but it's all kind of spread out on different days. So tonight, Sunday, which will be tomorrow or yesterday for you guys, but fuck you, I don't care. Charlotte is playing.
How would it be tomorrow? We go back in the past to record this. Record AHL Insider.
All right. Anyway, Monday, which will be tomorrow, Toronto's playing Utica, which is going to be huge. As huge as a Week 2 game can get. And this team, the Hartford shit dogs, they're terrible. They're going to play Milwaukee, the Cutie Pie Skulls, which I want to play just because I love those uniforms. Tuesday night, we have Charlotte at Hershey. So Charlotte's got 2 big games on the road this week. We'll see if that affects them. We also have that night Milwaukee playing Syracuse. We'll see if Syracuse can keep just rolling over people. But when they play a reasonably tough Milwaukee team, we'll see how they fare. And then Wednesday night sucks. But Thursday night, to wrap up the week, we've got St. John's, who's a team that we have question marks on, playing Toronto, a team that we don't have a lot of question marks on. And we're interested to see how the West and the East collide there and who will win that game. What do you guys think of those games this week, Jake? Jerk? Asshole.
They're pretty good. It's still early, like you said, so there's not any huge games, but obviously a lot of the division games, you're going to play every single team in your division every single week this year, so those are important, trying to establish your dominance over your own division teams.
Nooney, how important are Week 2 games?
They're important because every game matters, but beginning of the season is just a feeling out process, so a lot of teams won't make their runs until later in the season, most likely.
Yeah, I think a lot of times you see the real dominant teams, they don't really have an off week. But then, like you said, like the 1 through 4s and the teams that finish the 100 points a season, they don't have off weeks. So obviously every week's important. But then you do see, like you said, some teams that are sitting at 12 or 10 or outside the playoffs right now are gonna have a bad week this week, but then make a trade or get a random assignment and just take off.
I believe in the theory that you can't win a championship in week 2, but you can lose one. If you have shitty weeks early, put you behind the 8 ball, it affects your whole season. A couple of things before we leave. First off, thanks for all the positive feedback from our pre-bidding show. If you think it's too long, you're, pardon my French, you're an idiot, because it was like 2 minutes per team. Like, that's not long. Shut your face. If you're a cool person, not like people who like to hate for no reason, which we have 99% cool people on the AHL Insider Post. But we're going to do power rankings starting in a couple weeks or next week even. If you want to help us out with that, we're more than willing to get some help from you, and we'll give you a shout-out, of course. We're not going to steal your stuff. And if you like to stream your games, we want to try to do some stuff with that. We want to try to do some live streaming, maybe some live streaming with commentary. I think I know how to do that. I just got to get some people who are willing to stream and willing to, kind of let us hijack the stream and let us talk over it. But if anybody's streaming, please let us know, and we can highlight your game as a game of the week if we know that you're going to stream it. And we'll let everyone know where the Twitch handle is so everyone can watch it. Anything else, Jake? Anything else you want to tell the people?
Yeah, that's why I'm leaving with this note.
How do I mute Jake? Hold on. I should have muted you while you danced, so it looks like you were having a fit. Yeah, so apparently Carly Lee Jensen comes out with one song every 4 years, and I guess this was the week where she comes out with a new one. So Jake's losing his freaking mind. You know, you like Carly Rae Jepsen, whatever the fuck her name is?
No. I think she's stupid.
No. She's a bitch. All right. All right. For the community.
No, stop fucking saying that. You're gonna bring them back to the post. You got like little Spidey sentences. This is for the community. I had to go make a post in the forum.
The terrible thing is he probably actually thinks it's like about him. I'm making fun of you! You're dumb!
That's what I gotta say to you.
Yeah.